Look, there's a lion. Oh my God. It's a lion.
Oh my God. It's fire. It's fire.
Let's go.
Maintenance.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on, my boy?
Hey, man, we good, bro. We
Yes,
good.
sir. Yes, sir, man. We are fantastic.
Fantastic. Today's a very special day.
Special day, bro.
Very special day. We got the one, the only. Lego.
Let go, James. Hey.
What's going on?
Yeah. Well, let me give a quick, brief intro about the goat. So, she keeps my life together.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? She's the yin to my yang, and without her, there would be no me.
She's one of the pillars
Yeah, she is.
in Mike's life and recently
yeah.
mine, because
Yeah.
the goat ain't going nowhere.
Hey.
Hey.
But man, I'm not only proud to call her a friend,
Hey.
a confidant.
Hey.
She is the queen, the wife, the jewel, the crown, the apple of my eye, and the keys to my soul.
Oh my God. I need
Ladies
some
and
tissues.
gentlemen, she is everything to me, man. And it's a beautiful thing to have her on the podcast, to give her perspective, and we're going to have some fun.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shantal, a.k.a. Shambron James, a.k.a.
Let go.
Hello.
What's
You
up,
guys are
baby
so
girl?
Sweet.
Hey.
Yeah.
How you feeling today?
I'm great.
Aw.
Glad to be on the podcast finally. I'm always seeing everything behind the scenes, so
Yeah.
I get a chance to be on the couch and talk to y'all.
Hey.
I'm looking
Chop
forward
it
to
up.
it.
Yep. Get to
Mhm.
chop it up.
Yep.
So, just tell us what we know about you, but the people at home don't know too much about you. So, can you tell them a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So, hi everybody. I'm Shantal Hunt. I
Hey.
am Michael's better half.
Hey,
Mhm.
also known as the GOAT.
That's right.
No, I'm Michael's wife. Mike's wife.
Mike's
wife.
Wow.
I currently work in higher education as a client relationship manager, essentially, basically partnering with various corporate clients in the Atlanta metro area to do custom trainings, executive trainings. But prior to that, for a long time, I was in financial services and
Yeah.
a lot of different capacities, wealth management, et cetera, et cetera. And I've always just had like a knack for working with people and building relationships. So I feel like my career has just kind of taken that path into working closer to with people and
Yeah.
giving them a good service. But other than that, outside of that, I love, me and Michael are big music heads. I am,
Facts, we are.
as he calls me, Shazam.
She is Shazam.
No, I love music. I sing. I'm a creative at heart. So I love, that's where we always have fun. And then since Fred has come into the fold
Howling
as
across the
a
board.
honorary brother,
That's
it's
right.
been nice to, have another person to, share creative thoughts with. So
Hey.
I'm looking forward to the conversation
That's
today.
right.
More from a perspective, not just as Mike's wife, but
Yes.
also as a resident
Yeah.
in the building that they work for.
Nice.
Man,
Mhm.
wow. You see the way the goat
Yeah.
answers
Whatever.
questions? Ugh.
I put my education hat on.
So I have a question. I have a question for you, my love. We have been living in apartment homes and also houses too, right?
Mhm.
What does the word home means to you?
What does it mean to me? The home.
Yeah.
I mean, I think home needs to be a place of refuge and peace for you. For me, it's, where I lay my head, where I can leave the world behind and I can escape whatever else is going outside of the four walls that I live in. Also, I guess in the past, I think especially for a long time, home was where my parents were. Home was where my family is, so I think it doesn't always really mean like a physical place. It just might be where I feel most comfortable or where I feel most loved. And
Gotcha.
so I've made homes in so many places just because I feel like there's been love there and love in those areas. So
Okay.
So, having a home that, you can feel like where you have your personal space and you feel, comfortable and, it's your solitude basically. What made you come on the Maintenance Diaries?
Besides me kidnapping.
Besides Mike
Basically.
saying,
that's the reason, y'all. I came on here because I was kidnapped.
to share your perspective.
Yeah, what's funny is that I think I've seen, because both of you have been in maintenance for a while, prior to starting the podcast, I mean, I've just heard the gripes. I've heard some of your cries, and I definitely, feel like I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly enough that I felt like it'd be really interesting for me as a resident, as a friend, as a wife, as all these things, to talk about some of the things that you guys basically confirm a lot of the things that you guys talk about on the diaries, on the podcast. And I think like from a resident's perspective, I try my best to like look at it from all those lenses. And so I wanted to just, also talk to y'all like, hey, I'm a resident, so I can tell you what some of these people are thinking and maybe why they're acting that way, that from a perspective that you probably wouldn't always be able to see.
Right.
Because, in fairness, like you're working the job and you might see things in a certain lens, but, I'm able to kind of see it from a different lens. So I definitely wanted to talk not just, about who I am from, as in relationship to you both, but really from that resident's perspective.
Gotcha. So what has been some of your experiences like dealing with like maintenance at other places that you've lived, besides having, I guess, us in the mix?
Yeah. Honestly, I've really haven't had any negative experiences with maintenance. I'm very fortunate. I mean, all the maintenance technicians, and I would even say in general staff that I've interacted with over the years have been very positive. So, of course, nothing's ever perfect. You are going to live at some properties where you're going to have, some maybe in more intense conversations or things that come up that you want to address. But for the most part, especially on the maintenance side, I've always had really positive interactions with maintenance. So, I mean, I'm thankful for that. And I think a lot of that isn't just because of me. I think I've just had very fortunate experiences where the maintenance technicians were just great. I don't know. Like I just have never had any problems, interacting with anybody.
Gotcha.
Properties.
Are there any specific moments where they made you feel a real difference in your life and your home that made your experience like a lot more, better? Yeah,
I think and something that I noticed that both of you do, I like when I can build a relationship. It doesn't have to be, this intense thing, but build a relationship with the people that are coming to my home. I mean, of course, you're coming into, I guess, from a transactional perspective to do a service. But at the same time, like, you know, hey, like, what's your name? Like, let's talk. And so whenever I'm able to have actual conversations with some of the technicians, that's always been great because they've usually, and if you think about it, in any service industry, once you start building relationships with those people will look out for you.
True.
So I like that. I like if I understand if like a technician or just somebody in the leasing office doesn't really want to build a, you know, a relationship with the residents, because you know, sometimes that can backfire for sure. And also sometimes it helps for them to separate work and home, because they're, you know, yes, this is your home, but that doesn't mean it's their home, right? So so I try my best to engage in conversation, get to know them, because they're people, and they, most of the time, this is just one facet of who they are. This is one job. There's a lot more to them, which I mean, I know we'll be talking about more with y'all too, because you guys are very you have a lot more to give than, you know, what you do on your job. So yeah.
That's true. We do have a lot more to give, and a lot of maintenance technicians too, outside of me, they also have a lot more to give. You know, this is their one-stop shop right now,
right?
And a lot of them feel stuck and they don't know, you know, what to do, where to go.
Thanks.
And that's the reason why the podcast, you know, we started the podcast, just to give them a voice and let them realize that they have potential beyond what they do, right? So before today, Shambron James, how much did you think about what a maintenance technician job actually involves day to day?
Field.
That's right.
I mean, I really didn't. You know, all I knew was if I put in a work order, or if I have a request to have something fixed or something for my unit, apartment, whatever it is, that person would show up eventually to provide the service. But I didn't understand all of the different things that you guys, all the different hats that you have to wear. And I think, of course, that probably depends on the property type and all of that. And I'm learning even about that from, you know, with both of you. Different properties require different things from their maintenance technicians. But honestly, I feel there's so much that's been required of you, or there's an expectation from, whether it be from the from management or from a resident, some things that y'all do outside of your job description because you want to give a good service to the resident, or, you know. So I've seen both of you really just put in so much into your work that unfortunately, you know, you don't get your flowers. So I'm sending flowers right now.
Hey.
Drop a clues bomb.
Exactly.
for Fred and Mike.
Drop on the clues bomb for Fred.
Fred DeMarco.
Hey, one of the clues bombs for Mike DeMarco. Shan DeMarco.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
This is good.
This is good. So, if I told you your maintenance technician might be on call 24 hours a day, sometimes for salary, that doesn't reflect that. What's your reaction?
Well, I'll say, if you told me and pretending I didn't know you. Okay.
You know me.
No, I mean, well, I kind of believe it. You know, I believe it because I know that there are certain jobs in the world that are not, I mean, we can talk teachers. There's all the critical jobs.
That's true.
I wouldn't say all. Majority of very critical jobs that or you may find critical or find as emergency responders, whatever you want to call them, they tend to not be paid as, you know, handsomely as some other more like cushy corporate jobs.
Yeah.
No, I never thought about it like that. Though.
Yeah, there's service jobs in general, right? If you just think about the service industry, and that can be anything from hospitality, property management, everything. I mean, generally is underpaid, but everybody needs a service, right? So it's like, The irony, though, is we are now in the age of AI, and a lot of the service jobs, other than maybe arguably customer service, depending on what that looks like for you, but a lot of the service jobs that are, requiring like hands-on things, like what maintenance technicians do, maybe what electricians do. So basically trade jobs, people in construction, etc., right now still require humans. So honestly, I think that you're not getting paid nearly what you deserve for what you put in. So I hope that changes as we, kind of evolve and move into a different landscape with artificial intelligence. I mean, you're seeing more of that. You're seeing more people going back to school to get trades. You're seeing more people learn a lot of the things that you both do. So
that is true. They've been pushing trades heavy.
Yeah, man. Really have.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because remember in season 1 where we talk about jobs and AI and artificial intelligence, and well, every episode we've definitely been discussing the pay gap between maintenance and nurses and teachers and sanitation workers, janitors. That's something that needs to change. And with the age of AI, our jobs, well, not just our jobs, but the jobs of a tradesman, right?
Right. AI
cannot take that.
No, they can't.
It can take the administrative part of it, but it cannot take the critical thinking. You won't see a robot coming in your house to replace a garbage disposal or something,
Yeah,
right.
At least not yet. I think I will say this, and not to say that it will take, but I mean, if you talk to anybody in robotics, I'm sure they're trying to find ways to. So what's interesting is that, and as I mentioned, I'm in higher ed now, and so some of the trainings that we do are we might go to like a plant, and we're taking a client to a plant, and I've seen plants that are completely run by robots and maybe about 6 people. Whereas before those plants, you'd be tripping over somebody because they needed someone to physically move things, fix things, do whatever. But now there some of it has been, evolving. But to your point, I think regardless, you're 9 times out of 10, you're still going to need a person, a human, to help facilitate those jobs. So even if it's you're working alongside a robot, I know places like Amazon, etc.
Like my this is how I envision, like, let's say like Mike and I, or in our team, like we're all working, and then one person calls out, but then we have this AI robot that's here that can be controlled by home by logging in the computer. And I'd be like, well, you called out, get on that robot. Yep. You're going to still be here. Get on that robot. Like that's actually, I think that would be kind of cool.
That actually would be cool. Or like a robot that could just do so like properties where technicians have to pick up trash, pick up dog poo, all those things. Have the robot
out there.
Have the robot
Robots
cleaning.
can do that for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, so I actually think that there's could be some really unique evolution in your world. The only thing is a lot of companies will have to decide they're going to invest that money up front, because if they can hire labor for cheaper, human labor right now for cheaper, they'll just do that. It's sad, but it's the truth. Yeah. Now, I think eventually the demand for your jobs are going to be increased. Hope prayerfully, where then that will increase the, what you can demand for a salary.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Can't wait to see that happen.
I know.
Facts.
It's going to happen. Cool. It's going to happen.
It'll be cool, but it'll still never replace like you being able, because like just think about like if a person is the robot's there and the robot knocks on the door, the person doesn't answer, they go in. What are they going to do? Yell at the robot?
That's a good point. And then see, that's the thing. Like you would have to put a lot of guardrails on the robot, to say, they didn't answer, move on. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you're right. Like, can that human, the person, like, let's say the resident answered the door, they don't want the robot there, and they press a switch or they do something so the robot turns around. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they're...
I can't wait. I'm ready for that day. I'm ready for that day. That's going to be fun. I want a robot in my house.
That's
I
what-
just got out the shower.
I mean, personally, I
Yeah.
wouldn't want that. I want a human being to come,
Yeah.
you know, because I would trust. I don't know. Some people probably have mixed feelings about that, but I
Yeah.
would trust I can actually have a conversation with this human.
Yeah.
So, and tell them what's going on. And, oh, they're coming to fix this. Oh, but I'm also explaining to them what else. Oh, wait, this needs to, whatever it is. It's like, I know that you'd be able to process that. Whereas a robot, it might be, you know, they're,
Like you put in
zeros
for
and
this,
ones.
you're only doing this.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Cold. That's
yeah,
a,
very
that's
black
a
and white.
very
dog.
cold
No gray
feeling.
area.
Yeah.
No gray area. Yeah.
Call me back. I'll be back later.
I would say they would have to do very
Press
basic
one.
tasks. You know,
Yeah.
right, press one. Press one. Did I do a good job of service? Yes.
Exactly.
Drop a clues bombs for me.
Wow.
This is the GOAT episode, bro.
Hey man, listen. It's gonna be awesome. Hey, fire.
But do you think residents have a role to play in how maintenance technicians are treated by property owners?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You know, a resident, to be honest, you know, we can just, you know, we know most residents are, I say most because we all are guilty of this at times, but entitled,
Right.
spoiled, you know,
Right.
depending, you know, and now in where we are now, where more and more people are renting, right? Or more and more people are living in places where there's some sort of property management or somebody, where they're renting or leasing, you can, in their minds, they can demand more and more and more, right, of those property managers. And if the property manager keeps they keep promising things, or maybe not even just the property manager, like as in the team, but maybe the actual property management company has, you know, given them the thought that, oh, you know, the customer's always right. The resident's always right, you know? So
hate
then
that phrase.
unfortunately, unfortunately that lands on the staff.
Yeah.
And depending on the day, you know, who's getting it? Like, so, you know, is it something, oh, this technician came to my apartment and they came to do a work order. And in that moment, the resident just takes it out on you or gets upset, even if you didn't do anything wrong. Like, you had nothing to do with the problem they're dealing with, but you would just represent the company at that moment. So yeah, I think that if they complain and maybe it's something that's technically maintenance related, but it's nothing that y'all could have done, or there was nothing, you know, not your fault, then the company's going to be like, all right, hey, maintenance, and, you know, so you hope, the prayer is that your your management and your company are advocating for you, you know, and that they're on your side as much as possible, because a lot of times we know residents lie. Sometimes residents also,
Oh my gosh.
I will also say sometimes it's ignorance and they don't know, or they don't understand the full context. And so a lot of times they're saying whatever they feel in that moment. And so then if everyone's taking that as Bible, then how is that, you know, helping the staff? So yeah, for sure, how you are treated, how you're perceived. Yes, I think residents have a big part to play in that. And imagine if residents went to corporate or went to the office and just bragged on you, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Fred and Mike, they're so amazing, Like, imagine if they did that multiple times. Not only is that going to feed into you, but I mean, that's going to, you hope that would also reflect positively on the property, on the staff, on the corporate, everything. So I think it is really important that residents, especially if they have positive things to say, that they do it. You know, I think it's good, because sometimes residents are your advocates too.
True.
They need to be your advocates at least.
True. But for the ones that lie, oh man, I can't stand them.
I know.
Speaking of residents lying, we had that's a good segue, isn't it? Speaking of residents lying, we had a fire inspection recently, right?
Right.
And we went into this residence units, right? And you know, we changed out the filter, check the sprinklers, just quickly check the appliances, make sure everything is good.
Yeah.
The resident was present, right, at the time, watch us do everything, left, wait until the next day, then to complain and said that, oh, they didn't change the filter. They just came in and took pictures and left. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
in the words of Lenny Boy, lying right in my face. They lied in my face.
They lied in my face.
You know what I'm saying? So residents, for you that lie on maintenance tech, every time we see you, we can be like, look, there's a liar. Oh my God.
Wow.
No, I mean, I would say, and I don't know why. I have no idea
Yeah.
my
what they're
God.
gaining from that. What are they
Yeah.
gaining from that?
After they're done lying, they're going to be like, I want 2 months off my rent, or I want
Yeah.
50% or $2,000
Yeah.
off my rent for 3 months, or whatever the case is. You're doing all of this stuff, right? Based on a lie. And most times the property management company or whatever it is,
Yeah.
they would capitulate, bro, to the residents, right? And give them what they asked for, even though they
Yeah.
know that they're
Just
in
to
the
shut them
wrong.
up.
So if you can have a resident lie to you and you give a resident all these things, what about your employees who deserve those things and not even lying but working tirelessly for it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make it make sense.
It's a battle
yeah,
that you deal with on a daily.
yeah. I think it's hypocritical on the company's part.
Big time.
All
Yeah.
right. Those are my thoughts. Look, there's a liar. Oh my God.
So, Shan, what would you want property owners and managers to know about how maintenance quality affects residents' daily lives?
Great question.
Okay, can you repeat that one more time?
What would you want property owners and managers to know
Mhm.
about how maintenance quality affects residents' daily lives?
Okay. Maintenance quality as in the
work that we do.
Okay.
And the things that we're, getting done on a larger scope to make sure their needs are being handled.
What would I want them to know? I would say that even though I'm going to say historically, because I'm claiming that these things are going to change, but historically and for a long time, maintenance has always been sort of like the afterthought, right?
Right.
It is honestly, arguably, once a resident is on property, you are the number one. You're the number one to me to make their stay pleasant because I say maintenance and the cleaning staff.
Yeah.
Because why do most people live in buildings, apartment buildings, et cetera, for, the amenities and all that stuff. But if those things don't work,
Right.
if something doesn't work in their apartment or their unit or whatever,
Yep.
if a place isn't clean, then their home is messed up. So,
Right.
I mean, yeah, they might go to the front office because they usually go to the front office to complain or to say something that's maintenance related, right? Oh, hey, the elevators are down. Oh, hey, something is down. Even if y'all aren't the ones fixing it, it's still something building maintenance related.
Right.
So it's something that falls in your purview. So
Right.
you would have to actually, be the ones to fix it or get it fixed, right?
Right.
So I think it's very important that your roles are protected. I think it's really important that management and leaders from corporate and from other areas of these property management companies, I think it's important that they do know that you are critical for the service that a resident gets, the experience that they have at a property. Because the more and more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, anytime that I've had a quote unquote bad experience at a property, it's just something like, it might be a grounds related thing. It's something that it's just not working or whatever, right? If you think about it, like the trash is backed up, blah, 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 blah. All that falls into maintenance
That's
really under that umbrella. I would say other than, of course, there's going to be the occasional leasing office specific thing like your rent bill, things like that. Of course, that's different. But most of it is maintenance
related.
Yeah, it is.
It's fact.
It is, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So now I want to kind of shift a little bit and get a little bit personal with you, Shan.
Okay.
So what has it been like watching Mike build the Maintenance Diaries from the inside as his partner?
Hold on, time out.
Uh-huh.
Mike and Fred.
Exactly.
Mike
Yeah,
and
because
Fred.
I've seen you
Because
too,
you
Fred.
Of course, but you know, but
You've seen both of
you've
us
seen
Yeah.
both of us, but you know,
from
you
the idea to where it's at right now.
you're sitting like day and night watching Mike work on, you know, work as their daily 9 to 5, but then coming home and then having to kind of manage all of this other stuff that we're doing with the diaries.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, look, y'all put in some work. This is a second job. It is.
Yeah.
Yo, it is.
Honestly, I think when the idea came and I saw how serious you both were, and I mean the amount of hours you put in, the sleepless nights, I was very impressed, and I'm so proud of y'all. This is so cool. Honestly,
Hey.
it's really dope. It's really dope.
Thank you.
Really proud.
Clues, Mom.
I'm proud. I'm proud to see that I'm proud to see things from nothing to where it's going, right? And
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that things are going to take off, even if it doesn't take off in the way you expect it.
Right.
Right. I mean, the content's gotten,
It's-
keeps
yeah,
getting
keeps
better. The equipment, y'all, if everybody knew not just how much y'all spend on equipment, but how the setup and the breakdown time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shamir because she knows.
Hey, Clues Mom for Shamir.
Clues Bombs for Shamir. Let go, Junior.
Let go, Junior. But it's incredible, honestly. And I mean, both Mike and Fred, for those that may or may not know, are actual creatives. Like maintenance is just the means to an end. That's the job. And there's a lot of great things that come with it. I felt, and we'll speak on that. I think there are some wonderful things that both of you have learned being in this industry.
Yeah.
However, Mike is a musician and an amazing one and has a lot of music. Shout out Michael Hunt
I be telling
on all
my
music
bro that.
platforms.
I be
Look him
telling
up.
my bro that.
Some of his music is still under The Gentleman, right? On Apple, I think. But it's either The Gentleman or Michael Hunt.
Yeah.
Bomb music. Amazing musician. Yeah. Shout out Fred. Go ahead, Fred. Go. What you about to say?
I was about to say just Les Monsieur.
Oh, Les Monsieur. Yeah. And he was going through an identity crisis.
Yo, I was
I was like, I need you to pick a name because this is
was.
confusing. I can't tell people where to find you anymore.
I was.
I still don't know. I'm like, which one is it again?
Oh my God.
Pick one, man.
Hey, facts.
Shout out Fred, Mr. Mini Ryan Coogler.
That's-
Hey.
Ryan Coogler.
You know what? No, that was like, well, you said like pick an identity. That's kind of like me right now.
Sure,
now that
sure.
I'm getting into the field of like writing and
Yeah.
directing and creating films. I'm doing the same thing with it. Like, what do I want to be called? Do I want to
Right.
go by my actual name? Do I want to go by a sub name?
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Well, that's
so,
fair. That's
as I-
fair.
As I get like Mike, with Mike, you know, Mike's got tons and tons of music. I mean, it's just crazy how much music this guy pumps out. And like now he's like getting to a point where like now he's Michael Hunt.
Yeah,
and
he went through all.
Yeah.
That's
Went through all
it's
the
very
phases.
symbolic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
And
went
then
through
now-
all this, and it's like now I'm back. I am me.
Yeah.
That I'm me,
So-
and me is good enough.
Facts.
I am enough.
I am enough.
Ooh. You know what?
Remember
you know
y'all.
what? I got to give a quick plug.
Okay.
Man. Like, me going through the identity crisis with being an artist and everything, right? There's this guy, which we will have on the podcast pretty soon, Maceo, man. Maceo
Oh,
Keelan.
Uh-huh.
You've
haven't
met
met him
him on the
yet.
phone, but
Yeah, I've had
not in
multiple
person.
conversations
Uncle
with him.
Maceo.
Yeah. Yeah, but he always use those words, man. He's like, you are enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? I am enough.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Lil Scoot
Mm-hmm.
and Lil Pee Wee and Lil Honda and
Little Honda.
but there's only one you, man. And
Facts.
for you, bro, that's, you know, kind of going through the same thing. I think your name is enough because
Gotcha.
it doesn't matter. Wow. It doesn't matter what alias you go by.
Mm-hmm.
your name is already a brand.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
You know, think about the McDonald's brothers.
Yeah.
They can't even use their own name, bro,
Dang.
because somebody see their names as more valuable than they've seen their own names.
That's crazy.
So I think your name is valuable because we are a brand, whether we like it or not. And
Facts.
that's not just for us, but for anyone
Everybody.
that's out there.
Mhm.
Like, we are a brand, and we should represent that brand with poise and class.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Ryan Coogler, Frederick Stovall.
Hey.
But before Michael interrupted me, what I was about to say about
Oh,
Fred,
my bad, girl. My
Okay.
bad. My bad.
What I was about to say was Fred is, like I said, mini Ryan Coogler,
Yeah.
director, producer, writer, all these things. But honestly, too, Fred, and I think, I don't know, like, I don't know how long it took you to kind of come into your passion, because sometimes it takes a while to figure out what is it that I really love, what am I
A long
passionate
time.
about. Yeah, so
It's taking you, 40 years?
yeah. Shout out 40 plus club.
Shout out 40 plus.
But no, I think, you're coming to your passion, and I feel like this podcast, this was the platform for both of you to just start to be like, oh my gosh, we can actually
Yeah.
Do this.
realize
do
our
this.
dreams. We can
Yeah.
do this. There's
Yeah.
things now. I mean, I've just seen y'all ideate, create all this stuff in the back end. So I mean, it's gonna be dope. The platform, as it expands, as y'all expand, is gonna be dope.
Thank you. Hey.
Hey. Thank you for the flowers, LeBron James. We appreciate you. So let's shift back a little bit more. And how has it being married to a maintenance technician changed how you see the apartment industry?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it really has changed significantly, and I think because when you don't know, you don't know what you
Yeah.
don't know, right? So, Michael has come into this field, I guess twice. I guess if you think about it in your career,
Yeah, twice for sure.
2 seasons, I'll say,
seasons.
2 separate seasons. Season 1, I think we were just dating and engaged. Season 2, it took a little while. Now
Right.
married, right? But I think both seasons, I've also seen a lot of evolution in him, and so being married to somebody that is constantly, you're thinking about people's home. You're constantly in people's homes. You're constantly around a lot of energy, because again, it's a service industry too. So you're servicing residents, they're your customers. You're servicing people. You're dealing with attitudes. You might be dealing with. You build relationships, make friends. Because I've seen that. Seen a lot of people that have really have given y'all followers and have helped you and pushed you and stuff, which I think is dope too. But it's tough because I stand by people that I love. So I don't want, whenever you tell me a story where either of you really, you tell me a story about a resident and how they were treating you. Ooh, that grinds my gears, right? And you can't reveal, of course, who those people are or anything like that. But if I knew, I'd be.
Can't pulling up.
I'm sorry. You are not going to disrespect
She about to
my
throw them.
husband and my brother. I'm so
Facts.
sorry. But also that
Put the
even
paws
applies
on
to
you.
that even applies to the leasing staff. I mean the leasing office or anybody, anybody, right? No, that is not okay. Like you can get your point across. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay
Absolutely.
to be firm.
Yeah.
You don't have to be disrespectful.
Right.
Like never. And so when I see that, or I see you're carrying that burden, and y'all, every time if I'm interacting with y'all, even if it's not Michael at home, if I'm just around both of you and I can tell you've had a long day and you both are dealing with other things. You're human. So you deal with other things at home. You're dealing with other things mentally, personally, whatever, and then you have a resident, practically cuss you out or say things that aren't true, whatever it is. It's like, nah, I take that personal, honestly. So I try my best to just, all right, they can handle it. It's okay. Cause I've been there, like I said, I've worked in client service for almost 20 years, like in some capacity, just different industries. And so I know I have been very disrespected by people and stuff, but you take that home because it doesn't feel good. However, I'm like, okay, but I knew how to. You have to learn how to deal with it in the moment. So yeah.
So when Mike talks about fighting for better compensation and housing for maintenance technicians, like what does that mission mean to you personally as his wife?
Oh, I mean, duh. Like I want to reap the benefits too.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
Like, let's be honest. Like you in the industry partially because of the benefits, right?
Facts.
So, or you're in any job a lot of times for the benefits,
Right.
So, I mean, I think it's fair. It is fair when I see how much work y'all do for the amount of money you make. I'm like, no, y'all need. There's some incentives that should be given. And I've seen and I've heard mostly from y'all what there are other vendors or whatever you want to call them, people that technically don't work for the company that might be contracted with the company that get way more perks than the people that work for the company that are literally on call 24/7. What? Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Make it make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. So
that's another reason why, like, I think like maintenance should always get free housing.
Yeah, I
no
agree.
matter
For
what
sure.
what place or company they work for.
Yeah.
Because even if you're not paying them the top dollar that they need, at least like it'll cushion their pockets enough to say, okay, I can save majority of my check and be able to put it in other places, like to help family, to have a better quality of life and taking trips or whatever that is. The free housing is important at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I think it is. Or at least it maybe, even if initially it's a trade-off, like you do free, if you do free housing, because some places might say, okay, I mean, and I don't really know, I don't know much about the industry other than what has been revealed, but maybe if it's not free housing, it's a very large percentage off.
Yeah.
You guys get a percentage off, but at the very least, I mean, y'all could get a significant percentage off, maybe making it rent stabilized. Like, okay, this is, in these kinds of buildings, this apartment, you pay, I'm really throwing out random numbers, y'all. Okay, 3-bedroom, 1,000, 2-bedroom, 500, 1-bedroom, 300, something like that, where if they feel, they want you to pay for where you live, that they just have a blanket price, across the board, depending on the city you live in, depending on the market, whatever it is. But I think it should still be a stable, like max capped rent or max capped thing. And that does incentivize technicians and people to stay because the churn in the industry is I mean, from what I've seen, is
the retention rate is going to be
it's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah,
be in and out the door real fast.
Understood. I mean, who wants to? We won't go into it. It's just there's a lot that y'all deal with that I'm like, okay, I understand.
Yeah, man. For the past couple of weeks, since you mentioned about how you see the mental toll that it takes on us and for other maintenance technician to and leasing agent, property manager, right, from residents, is because of the entitlement that residents have, right, and some of that responsibility is also allotted to the company that owns that building or manages that building. They also help fuel the entitled behavior, right?
Sure.
And they're not factoring in the fact that how it's going to affect their staff, right? Because if we are constantly being effective in a negative way, then our production level is going to be low. We wouldn't produce. We wouldn't, be our best self, right? And I said this last weekend. This is something that I'll live by. I did not get this job as a maintenance technician to be disrespected.
Sure.
You can, you don't pay me enough to be disrespected, and I refuse to be disrespected.
Yeah, no one should.
By any resident or anybody, and not all residents are like this.
Oh, of course.
But what I've noticed, right, is working in a mid-rise apartment versus a high-rise apartment, the level of disrespect is totally different.
Wow.
High-rise, you get disrespect with some shade because, they live in a high-rise, a beautiful building, and they look at you like less than, they look at you like less than, like, oh, man, just hurry up and go in and unclog my toilet. And because, I make this much. And they won't say that, but just from the demeanor, you can tell there's a difference that they can, they feel like they're better than you. And I'm like, hey, if you gone tomorrow, you go right back to where you came from, the dust. Like, you're not better than me because of where you live or what you make, So I can tell the difference between working in a high-rise building versus working in a mid-rise or a garden style. Like the level of...
Yeah. So you're saying that in a high rise,
yeah.
You're saying in a high rise you've been more disrespected than in like a mid rise or garden style from your experiences? I mean, yeah. What would you say?
Yeah, normally, like typically, I've noticed like the higher the rent is, the more disrespectful people get.
I can see that, but you can maybe argue that across other places.
Yeah.
Let's just, sadly, people have a complex, right? They think they're better. Yeah. I live in better environment. Thus, I deserve better. Thus, I can demand more. And so, especially you're saying the higher the rent, that makes sense. So I guess if you think about a luxury high-rise building, they want a certain type of people, and they have to, all they can do is judge the person by their ability to pay the rent, right? So in a normal situation, the person that can pay a high rent usually has a higher paying job. Thus, that means that they must be more educated. Thus, they must be more, affluent or whatever, right? There's all these assumptions. I learned very quickly in wealth management, a lot of that is not true. And I'm sure you all have seen where the people that live in these high rises a lot of times are not who they portray to be. So, and it's the ones that honestly are the loudest tend to be the ones that don't have anything. I learned that very quickly. Wealth is silent, so true wealth is silent. And also people can't judge. Like, just because you live in a high rise doesn't mean anything. Just because you drive that fancy car, you could have been renting that car for a week. You could have been leasing it and you struggling to pay the monthly payment on that car.
Out here in these Atlanta streets.
Yeah. Especially in Atlanta. Especially in Atlanta. It's very here. It's a Hollywood of the South, right? Yeah. Everybody wants to be somebody and show off.
And they feel like they got to step on other people's necks
just to get there.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I think that, people that live in high rises and stuff like that, the ones that are the nicest and, some of the stories y'all told me, the ones that are real cool, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. They actually have something they could, that they could maybe argue and say, oh, no one should ever look down on any of you. But they could,
you're right.
But they could be, they could argue that, oh, well, I do these amazing things, and thus, I deserve, I want this level of service or whatever. Honestly, everyone should want white glove service, but
absolutely.
But there's still a limit. Like, what you can want that. I mean, why do people stay at certain hotels, right? You could choose to stay at a Motel 6 or you can go to a Ritz-Carlton. People go to Ritz-Carlton. Yes, you're paying more, just like you're paying more in these high-rise buildings.
The service
because for the service. Yeah. So I understand. Yes, I agree. I think the more you pay, you should be getting better service. Correct. However,
treat the people that's
giving you the service.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's
exactly.
And one thing, sorry, bro.
What do you think?
One thing that a lot of residents that pay, high rent that live in these luxury buildings, they always go to this line.
Yeah.
I'm not paying all this high rent for this, and I already pay high rent.
Facts.
I know.
First of all, nobody forced you or put a gun to your head and say, sign this lease. You did that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like residents feel like, not all of them, once again, but for the ones who always allude to, paying a high rent and how much rent they got to pay. Like, do you want a cookie for doing what you're supposed to do? Being a responsible adult? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. And I don't really know where the extra entitlement comes from. Some of it comes from when they're touring. It's this illusion that, this is this, and we're, you have this amenity, and
Yeah.
it's a lot
That's
of times
true.
it's the selling process,
true.
right?
That's
we're
true.
selling you on this experience, this
We noticed
luxurious
that.
experience. Yeah.
We noticed that.
Yeah. So a lot
That's
of it
true.
is like, ooh, I'm fancy, and I get to,
Yeah.
for some people, honestly, this might be their first, maybe not first time, but they're like, oh, I have arrived.
Yeah.
I've arrived, so thus I need to
Mm-hmm.
act a certain. They genuinely don't even know what that means. I've arrived, and how do I act? Act
Yeah.
like a normal human.
I've came to a building that's a little bit more classier than the last
Right.
place I met.
Yeah,
so now I
need
can
to
do
rise to
this
that
and do
occasion.
that.
Yeah, and now I
Yeah.
can do this, and now I can
Mhm.
demand this, and they're gonna jump, right?
Right.
And maybe at times that they've
will.
experienced that. So
Yeah.
soon as I'm gonna call the leasing office, all right, we're gonna jump on it.
Mm-hmm.
We're so sorry. So a lot of it is there. Unfortunately, people have had multiple various experiences, and it's unfortunate when you get the brunt of it. You
Mm-hmm.
get, but people are people.
But my thing
It's
is,
a job.
Yeah.
But my thing is though, also some leasing agents, the way they sell
Oh,
these residents, these potential
Oh,
residents to
yeah.
get them in
Oh
here.
yeah, they
That is
promise them
also
too much.
They
Yeah.
promise them too much, and then now they pass that stress down to
Yeah.
the maintenance
Mhm.
side.
because
you know?
I've heard like in other buildings I work in,
Yeah.
and then I go in like the person just moved in, and then I'm in there just fixing like a garbage disposal, and they're like,
Mhm.
"Oh yeah, such and such in the leasing office said that you guys would handle this," and
Exactly. Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm
Yeah.
like, we actually don't.
Yeah.
But then I do it just because they were told that. So now I got to
Exactly.
uphold what they said, and then they tell the next person and the next person, because residents talk.
That's what I don't
Yeah.
do.
So it goes across the board. So, maintenance did this and all this
Yeah.
other. It creates a whole nother pattern.
I have so many thoughts on that. I have so many thoughts
Oh,
on
share
that.
some. Share some.
The only thing I will say, and this is something that both of you have expressed,
Uh-huh.
I remember from the last property
Mm-hmm.
coming to the current property that you're working at,
Mm-hmm.
the disconnect in communication between the leasing office and maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
What in the world? Like everyone should be on the same page. Everyone should be talking the same language.
Right.
Yeah.
The leasing office should never promise anything that maintenance wasn't aware of
Mhm.
or didn't agree to, or
Right.
and vice versa, right? Like maintenance shouldn't tell a resident something
Mm-hmm.
based off, hey, I know this because this is my job and da 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 da. But
Yeah.
lease, I don't know what leasing said,
Mhm.
so that makes you look bad. It makes leasing look bad. It
Yeah.
makes the experience for the resident bad.
Facts.
So sometimes residents are frustrated because they're not communicated to, which we'll get to.
Mhm.
Because I think that a lot, if I can say at least 80%
Mhm.
Yeah.
of the issues that a resident or staff experience at a property
Yeah.
is communication.
Damn.
Complete lack of communication.
Damn, we talk about that in the
It is.
Communication,
It
bro.
is
Communication,
communication.
Communication.
and
It's
because of
true.
a lack of communication, now for the residents' defense, they can say, "Look, they are liars."
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Big facts. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, oh my God.
Oh my
Hold
God.
on, bro. Hold on.
They are liars.
Hey, oh, shit, that's so funny.
You know, by the ways, man, listen, we've never done this before, but shout out to 154, man.
Mm.
Oh,
The
God.
154
Yeah,
podcast
Godfrey,
with
yeah.
Godfrey.
What's my other guy's name on there? I forget. I don't know.
The dude that said, "Look,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
learn more,
Not
learn
learn
more,
more.
Genasi?
No, the other host of the podcast. I forget his name.
I forgot his name.
I can't
Anyways.
remember his name either.
That's a great podcast.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
a
They be clowning.
They be clowning. That podcast is fantastic.
yeah, I
Yes.
love that podcast."
Yeah.
So shout outs to them, man. Shout outs to
Oh,
154.
man. Yeah.
Clues bomb for 154.
He said, "What are they saying? Time on the way." What are they saying?
Look, there's a lion. Oh my God. It's a lion.
Oh my God! Nah, that's comedy gold right there. That is comedy gold.
Let's go. Oh man.
Oh man. The
Act 2.
Act 2.
Back
But
2.
F2. Shout out to Shimmy Brown James.
Hey.
So men technicians went on strike for 1 week.
1 week.
What do you think would happen to your building?
Oh my God. Fall apart.
Yeah.
Complete fall. I mean, it'd be a crap show. I'm not gonna say any other word.
Be
But
chaos,
it'd be
yeah.
a poop show. Chaos. It would be chaotic. Honestly, I don't know. There was a thing that went viral maybe last year
Mhm.
when they were enforcing the immigration stuff and ICE and they were saying what would happen 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 10,
Mhm.
a year, 5 years
Yeah.
if all immigrants were, deported,
Yeah.
basically. And it just, you saw the spiraling of
Yeah.
our economy, right? Like it's just so many areas that they touch that
Right,
you're like,
yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, I guarantee you, the building would fall apart because not only are the maintenance technicians responsible for going to do work orders, because it's not just the work orders that you
Right.
do, you're calling vendors, you're making sure, oh my gosh, like there's so many things behind the scenes that the
Mhm.
residents aren't seeing. Like you're checking levels of areas so that something doesn't explode and
Yep.
people aren't without hot water, or all of that stuff that's going on that they would never know about because it's preventative maintenance that you're doing
Mm-hmm.
On a daily basis.
on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like, maybe the first week people, might get a little shifty and they may say, okay, all right,
Yeah.
but after a while,
Ugh.
oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's facts because
Yeah.
it does have a spiraling effect.
Oh,
where-
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it does.
first it's a garbage disposal, then it's a smoke detector, then it's a light, then it's
Yeah.
your AC, then it's your
Yeah.
hot water, then it's a leak from the ceiling, and it's just one thing after the other
Yeah.
after the other, and like
They don't realize sometimes we have to go to multiple apartments just to track a leak.
yeah,
That too. I would say maybe let's just pretend it was 1 week. For some people, they may not notice because they're not somebody that's putting in a work order or whatever, right?
Mhm.
It's the building also. Like the building maintenance is that, I think that's where people might notice first, right? Like let's say you've done no AC is going out, nothing, all these other things, no leak, none of that from an
Yeah.
apartment. So initially some people might be like, okay, whatever, but it's gonna, the spiraling may take some time, but it's gonna
Yeah.
domino. It's gonna be a
I
domino
think
effect.
the first thing they would notice is a trash situation.
Because I
that's
was going
the
to ask, what would
first
they notice
thing-
first? Yeah.
That's the first thing that backs up because
That's
nobody's
true.
renting containers, nobody's putting anything out.
Yeah.
The trash, just even the smell alone, because in high-rise buildings, the trash room is usually close to the leasing office, close to the
Right.
lobby. So that smell would just permeate through the building and
Yeah.
up the chute. I think
Yeah.
that'll be like the first thing that they notice, like it smells like trash.
Okay.
And then from there, they're just gonna have a bad day all day.
I'm
'Cause when
sure.
you got to wake up in the morning and smell
That's
that
a
stuff.
good point.
And you're submitting a
It's striking
million
nerve.
work orders and none of them not
None are
getting,
getting
attended to?
answered. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's very
Yeah.
true. Mhm.
It's terrible.
What's the one maintenance issue that would make you want to pack your bag and leave the apartment?
The one maintenance issue that would make you want to
Pack your bag. Like
leave
if,
the apartment or the building? Oh, what do you mean?
leave
Yeah.
leave the building.
Of the building.
Oh.
If there was one issue, what would that be?
That's your
Pet peeve.
Pet peeve.
What's a pet peeve? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Look, she don't know. Oh my God.
I have a lot of pet peeves, but I
Yeah.
would say the one, okay, let's say relative to me being, okay, regardless, high rise, any of that. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
just say, it'd have to be something,
Yeah.
dealing, like something major, like electrical,
Mhm.
water,
Yeah.
pests,
Right.
something like that, because those things are affect your actual quality of life. Like
right.
if I have a leak, or if I don't have hot
Mhm.
water,
Yeah.
or if I don't have, electricity for a while, and it's something that
Right.
because it's a maintenance related issue. Yeah, that's a non-negotiable.
So
I guess beyond that though, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of little
okay,
things.
so like even with that with those, like you saying, like electrical or plumbing or whatever,
Yeah.
how many times would it take for that person or for you to, show concern about that item for you to say, okay, I'm not renewing, I'm leaving?
Right.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's more that some of it is it being addressed at all, right? So
Yes.
some of it starts there, like if there's been if it's kind of been like, yeah, we'll get to it, and they don't, or
Right.
at all. Let's say, especially things like a leak, something that's going to mess up my stuff, or something
Right.
that's going to create a poor living environment, mold, whatever, right?
Right.
I just think those are critical, and if you're being very lax about it, or if you're kind of disregarding it and you're not doing anything about it at all,
Right.
I would absolutely have a problem, and I wouldn't want to renew. I think the other thing, honestly, and I would say in the past, reasons that I didn't renew sometimes is actually not particularly a maintenance issue, but more maybe a neighbor issue.
Gotcha.
Sometimes it's living in places, it's loud, people are disrespectful. It's a lot of times it's residents, like they're creating a terrible environment. It's disgusting. It's smells. And a lot of that is because a resident did something, so now the staff have to work double time just to fix it.
Well, we moved because of
we've moved before.
Because of
we had a neighbor issue who had
YNs be rapping, right? And
At
after they
4
finish
a.m.
rapping at 4 a.m. or whatever, they're gonna play back music, everything to all the
I
speakers.
swear
bro.
there
I
was like about
son.
4 months where I actually knew the songs. I was like, I'm gonna give it to him. I know his songs now.
That reminds me of I don't know if y'all saw that movie with Denzel and ASAP Rocky.
I swear I was watching it last
The
night.
song,
Terrible
listening,
song.
like he was kidnapped,
Yes,
but
but he remembered
he
the
found
song.
it by the
Yeah,
song because he heard it
That
so
would be
much.
me.
That's exactly
the person. Yeah. Yep. Sure.
Highest to lowest.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
literally-
highest
I
to lowest,
literally was
yeah.
watching
Yeah,
that
yeah.
last night
Yeah.
for a little bit. But honestly, I think, man, that's a really good question, because there probably are things I'm just not able to think about right now, that I guess you would quote unquote, it would quote be on fault of the property.
Right.
But it's the general maintenance of the like when the property looks gross and dirty and no one's actually maintaining it. It's like, because at the end of the day, you have hundreds of people in some cases, depending on how big the property is, that are all living and sharing walls, right?
Thanks.
So there's the cleaning of the general area, right? While you might ask a resident, please pick this up, blah, blah, blah. I mean, they're not going to clean the hallway. They're not going to clean these areas. So there's some things that, I don't know. I think I like clean, places. That's a big deal to me.
Yeah. Like, being from the Caribbean, my mom and grandma and everybody always used to say, cleanliness is next to godliness.
Yeah, it's true.
Facts. That is facts.
true.
Big facts. Shout out Mom Dukes.
Hey, shout outs to Mom Dukes.
What?
Shady.
La Shady. I have a question for you, right? If you were a property owner, what would you do differently for your maintenance staff based on what you know?
So something in general, I think if I were just, let's say, a leader, a property owner / a leader of a team,
Yeah.
my team is not just one part of one facet. So I don't know if this has been your experiences, but I'm imagining why you're asking me that question is, sometimes, let's say you have the leasing team and you have the maintenance team. One team is usually, treated differently than the other, right?
Right.
Or neglected more than the other. And I would say, number one, just doing more appreciation things beyond, I mean, little things go a long way. It could be, hey, I'm gonna give y'all, I mean, outside of food and those kinds of things, like getting food for the office, making sure the whole staff has it.
Right.
Also, just like giving them their praises, like verbal praises, I think that's really important to sow into your staff and sow into your maintenance team. Highlighting them, spotlighting them for residents. Hey, I want the residents to shout out, Fred or whatever. I mean, it could be posting them on social media or bulletin or something like that, highlighting y'all, like doing a maintenance appreciation that involves residents.
Yeah.
So that, because a lot,
that'd be cool.
That's something that I haven't seen properties do.
You're right. They haven't. They've never done any type of maintenance appreciation that involves
residents. To get to know you, because a lot of residents genuinely don't know you or don't know. Oh snap! I didn't realize that y'all do all of this. Thank you. You know what I mean? For some residents, because they don't know, it's a transaction. Whenever you come to their apartment, you do the job and you leave.
Yep.
They don't interact with you other than, they probably interact more with the leasing staff on a day to day. Unless that resident is somebody that is putting in multiple work orders and also sees you around property and actually has a conversation with you.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's one. But also, I mean, at the end of the day, money and time talk, right? So making sure I'm encouraging you to take time off, like, hey, take off some extra time, or encouraging you to find ways to upskill you so that you can be promoted to whatever it is you want. I think that's also really important. Making sure your staff know that you're supporting them beyond what they can do for you on the property. Like, what other upskilling things do you want? What perks? What are the things that you guys want that I can fight for you for? So I can fight for you, if you will.
So
that's good.
So then, leading from that to property, of what you would do different. What's one thing you would say directly to every maintenance technician listening right now?
One thing I would say?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say it from two angles.
Yeah.
So one from me being an advocate for technicians, because I'm an advocate for Fred and Mike, but Fred, Mike. So one thing I would say for maintenance technicians is like, y'all have said it so many times, like, don't settle, like, just try your best to use this as a platform for whatever it is that you're trying to get to, whether that means you want a career in maintenance. Cause I know from learning, that this is just one industry. There's you got data centers, you got so many places that you can, be in, industries that you can be in that you will get paid. It's a whole different ball game. You're basically like engineer. You're civil engineers in a way, like, because you have to understand construction. There's a lot knowledge base that you have as a technician that you could carry in other types of careers beyond property management and the apartment industry. So one thing I would say is like, keep upskilling, don't just do the job and settle with it. Some people will, and that's their prerogative, but try to like use the job as a platform for something greater. The other thing I would say, just as a 1B for that, is I think, y'all have also said it in previous episodes that you have a lot more power than maybe you realize if everybody came together and really we're on the same page.
Strike.
I am not advocating for a strike. However, if we all get together and corral and say,
we can move some pieces on the board.
You could move things. I mean, people unionize, people come together.
Get things done.
It is.
That is
sometimes
true.
you need multiple voices to say no. Look, I mean, see pilots do it all. I mean, there's so many industries that do it, right?
That's true.
So, from a resident side, what I would want maintenance technicians to know, one thing I will say, and it's something that I joke about with Mike and Fred, is I think a lot of times you assume residents know more, or should know more than they do.
Yeah.
Coming from I say that all the time.
Yeah, and it's just like when I hear man, this person put in this and da da da. Why didn't they just? I'm like, well, maybe they don't. That's not. Why would they know that? That is.
You know what?
Making an assumption.
You know what? No, not to cut you off. The reason why, well,
She's the voice of reason.
the reason why
Definitely the
I
voice of
say that a
reason.
lot, right, bro? Because
Yeah.
some of the issues that I would go to residence apartment and look at, Shan would figure it out on her own, right? She'd be like,
Right.
oh, you know, maybe let me try this or let me. And she's right all the time. I'm like, why can't other residents be like you and use that other 2-3% of your brain?
Well, first of all, here's the thing. I mean, well, I am somebody that likes to figure things out. Like that's just me naturally. But also, I live with you. I live with somebody
True.
that understands how to fix things. I've seen you talk about it enough. I'm learning. Actually, I've learned a lot from both of you. So. I'm like, there's some things I would have put in a work order for. Now I wouldn't because now I know what it is. But 5 years ago, let's say 10 years ago, right? I wouldn't know. Like that's not common sense to everybody. And I wouldn't want to call it common sense. It's not a common thing for knowledge. It's not common knowledge in some cases. I don't think.
But
What? But
my rebuttal to that would be
Okay.
you've lived in apartments for so long.
Mhm.
You've had this issue happen maybe once, twice, maybe 3 times. And you still didn't figure out, like, okay, you can go this route without having to call maintenance.
because no one's told them you should go this route.
Oh,
Sometimes it's also what are the residents told?
Right.
Call maintenance, because guess what? If that person's like, I'm paying the rent
Mhm.
or I'm paying for this, maintenance is here to do that. These are the jobs these are the things that we're told to call them about.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to call them because even if I know how to do it,
Mhm.
it's not even in some cases it's an entitlement thing. For some people, they're like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I pay. That's why I'm paying rent. They can do it. Right.
Yeah, I have a butler.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, sadly, that is one
Yeah.
angle. The other angle is they may also, they may not want the liability to fix something.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to, this is not something that you particularly expect, but I remembered Michael was like, oh, sometimes we'll leave a filter out and you can just replace it. I ain't replacing no filter because what if I don't know. Like, I
Yeah.
just am like, nah, this is not my building. I'm going to get charged for it.
Yeah.
And there's been times where, like, I may have even listened to it. This is one instance. There's been a time where I think years ago, I listened to a maintenance technician to do something and I didn't do it right. Something happened and I almost got charged for it.
Yeah.
So honestly, some residents are like, nope, I'm not even going to attempt to try to do this because what if I mess it up? Or what if, and also what if I get it? Because they may have also lived in properties where maintenance, they're like, no, you need to have maintenance come and check that because that is what their profession is.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to pretend to know how to fix this or that. I really might know
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to I can figure it out, but why?
Yeah.
I was going to live in a house.
But
Yeah.
The voice of reason ain't playing around.
Facts. I'm talking about basic stuff like refrigerator filter,
Water filter.
water filters.
Oh, I've never. It was not until
Yeah.
you know this about we've had a conversation about that.
Yeah.
Right.
I would have never ordered a water. I didn't even know that was something that would be my responsibility.
Right.
Genuinely, I'm like, I'm renting a refrigerator. What if I move out in the next month? Why am I changing a water filter? That is the property's property.
Right.
They can do that. Like, those are the things, like, I'm like, this isn't something I'm taking with me. Yeah, you can change that. Like, I would never have known. Again, these are things that residents don't know. So it's unfortunately, I know that you guys are getting the brunt of it, but that's where the communication part comes in. Like, it's almost like they need a how-to. They need something, some training.
Makes sense.
I don't know, but yeah.
No, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. See? Shane just ate your ass up.
Okay, next thing, light bulbs.
We're not gonna talk about. We don't talk about light bulbs.
See the
Oh no, I've actually put in work orders for that.
Yeah.
Why? Because some lights don't just have the normal light bulbs, or some things I'm just like,
Some are candle based, some are
you might have to have a
these
certain
little LED
wattage. I
ones,
don't
yeah.
know. I genuinely don't know. I am not going to touch anything that is physically attached to the apartment.
You know what? I mean, whatever darts I throw, she's sending back bombs. Like, hey,
Because
Shan DeMarco.
because I'm kind of there's some things that I'm firm on, and again, it's like it's not fair. I'm trying to take out the bias.
Mm-hmm.
I of course I feel for you. It's not fair that y'all have to deal with it.
yeah.
But you have to understand from a lot of residents, they're not going to do that because again, they're just like, why?
But
why
the reason why
it?
though, the reason why I mentioned like simple basic stuff that they can, actually learn, because a lot of the residents after they move, they will want to purchase a home, right? And you purchase a home and things go out, you're just going to leave it there? Like certain
Some
things,
of them
certain
have
things you might,
they got handyman.
right? But what about those people who already have so much financial responsibility they can't afford a handyman?
Oh, they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because at that point
When
they
it's
have a
time.
home when it's time.
But I'm just saying it should be
I
like
get it.
it should
I
be
get
like but at the same time it should be like a tool that you should carry with you that can help you along the way.
And I see where Mike is coming from, because like if it's something that you can handle right then and there on the spot and not have to call maintenance and wait for them,
Yeah.
then I think, yeah, you can take care of that, because now you don't have to wait for us. And then some people want you to be in their houses at certain times, which I get because they're busy and they're at work and everything
right.
else. And they want you to schedule around their time. And sometimes we don't really have enough time around your time. So it's like, if you can do it, do it.
Yeah.
My thing is at least carry some tools in your toolbox when you leave, just in case you never know. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Some people may know. That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
I'm not
That's
saying
true.
sometimes it's a knowledge gap. Sometimes it's literally, why am I going to invest anything into something that I'm renting temporarily?
Yeah.
So for them, a lot of times they're like,
I guess for those
I'm
who
not
don't
putting
want to
it
buy
into-
a house or have the responsibility of taking care of a home of their own.
I don't know. Well, I don't want to belabor the point, but I think I think we're.
We can go in circles.
Yeah, because I don't want to kind of.
But she has a point. If I'm paying this amount of
your
money
point is valid. It's
and I'm
valid.
paying to do
Yeah.
this and paying you for that, then this is what I expect.
That's
you
just
to do.
because it literally is in your rent. It's part. I mean, arguably is part of the reason why you are renting is because it's like, I'm paying this so I don't have to worry. That's one less thing I have to worry about. And
That's true.
and now if there's a demand, if the resident's demanding, you need to come at this time, you need to do this. No, I mean that I think there's.
Oh, they do that all the time.
You shouldn't do that. But I think if it's hey, I'm putting this in as a work order. Okay, if it's an urgent thing, I can figure it out. Yeah, I'll do it. But I would probably still let the leasing, depending on what it is, I might still let the leasing office or maintenance person know I did this. Is that right? Like, because I don't want any liability. Anyways,
Drop one of the clues bombs for the GOAT. She smashed that.
Smashed his whole interview.
She really did smash that.
She smacked the host in his face mad times. With, shut up, just
Yo, why am I
like a
slipping
whole-
down in this damn chair
I
like a
don't know.
slide?
because the cushion's coming off, you might need to stand up and fix that.
both of
You
us.
are,
I've been trying to fix this chair since we started.
You need to look. I'm like, I see the cushion just
Looking like a lazy
slide.
boy chair.
Just- You want to stand up, Fred? When? You wanna stand up?
I'm gonna have
Stand
to.
up.
Go ahead, stand up.
Hold
Fred.
up. Bro, I felt as Shan is knocking down the points, I just kept
He's,
getting
like,
smaller
sliding.
and smaller and smaller. Like, damn, she killing us over here. There we go.
She pulling the rug from under you.
I know.
Yeah, Shan, but what about this? No.
No.
No. Yeah, that was.
You know what though? This episode was good, and I like all of your viewpoints. I like it because it was unbiased, and for the listener, it gives them a perspective of a resident's frustrations.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I know
Yeah,
what you
so
mean.
that's a good thing.
Thank you, Shane Brown James.
You're
That's a
welcome.
good thing.
Try.
Let go.
Thank you.
Right.
Hey.
In closing, is there any final words that you want to tell anybody in the audience that's listening
Any final words?
Any final words for?
No, like y'all killing it. Look at this platform you
Thank
built, from scratch.
Hey.
You're giving a voice to the voiceless.
That's right. Mike, remember we had 2 cameras right here and a DJI?
Two
I
phones, 2
remember.
cell phones
I
and a
got 2.
DJI.
And
Phones.
and some wireless
And
mics.
the DJI in the middle.
Hey, welcome to the maintenance dice.
Nah,
Bro.
y'all killing it. I honestly, I think in a later conversation, maybe I'll be back on. But I would love to talk
Absolutely.
more about. I just have so many ideas to
Mhm.
make. I would think the communication between residents and we'll say the whole building staff
Yeah.
Yeah.
better, and so that there's more synergy, amongst those parties.
That means we gotta
because-
have you back because
Yeah, we
we
gotta
gotta
have you
talk
back.
about it.
I have a lot to say.
Oh, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
When we're doing the Chop It Up episode, that is a good setting to actually
Yeah.
talk about ideas and what's
Yeah, I got a lot of
stuff we
ideas.
can
If you wanna come for the
No,
Chop
let's
It
do
Up
that.
episode,
Yeah, let's do that.
we're gonna sit and have coffee and hang out.
Oh,
And
I love
Yeah.
it.
It's
gonna be cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yay.
It's gonna be
Okay.
cool.
Let's do it. And if
Okay.
Legault Jr. wants to come,
Yeah, tell Legault
Yeah.
Junior to come.
because
We'll get her on.
because she can have Legault next to her, so
That's
she
it.
won't feel. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
like that.
Thank you. Oh, the goat, bro. Hey.
Hey.
Oh man. Well, you know what? Thank you so much for being on the pod.
Appreciate
Thank you for
you.
having me.
Chambron James.
Thank you guys for
Appreciate you.
having me.
Thank you.
This is fun.
Thank you for blessing us with your knowledge, expertise. And like I always tell Mike, I always say like I can always sit there and hear you talk because the way that you explain things and express it, it's more in a term that makes you want to listen.
Oh,
So-
thank you.
And I'm looking at
I
her.
enjoy to
Compliment.
listen to you talk.
Yeah, and I'm looking at her like, damn, she's smart. I'm dumb.
Michael.
You
love
ain't
it.
dumb, you just stupid. No, no I'm joking, bro. You my boy. You my boy. I like to give my boy a hard time.
You see the
man.
reason why? This is the reason why the Tyrese is amazing. Yeah. But you know what? This content creation thing that we got into, it's taken some time away from our families and loved ones and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the time we have to put in to get things started.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And after the lights are off, we still got to spend a lot of time,
Yeah.
breaking down, reconstructing stuff.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I just want to say thank you
Yeah.
for encouraging me to
Mm.
be the best me in my own space that I enjoy.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
That's
yes.
that's
So
love right
sweet.
there. That's what love is.
It's love.
Listen,
Ain't
folks,
nothing but love.
This is what real black love is.
Hey,
This is the real
drop on the
black
clues
love. Drop on
bombs.
the clues bombs for black love. Hey.
Yes. Well, no,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's important that we support each other,
Mhm.
support our endeavors,
Yeah.
that you have supportive partners, family. I mean, you have to see a person that you care about and love
Mhm.
succeed and flourish. You
Yeah.
have to make sure that they have a good support system around them.
Love
And
it.
honestly, I would say even in the workplace, that's
Mhm.
why it's important that your work environment is as good as it can be.
Mhm.
And I think, fortunately, y'all have a really great team, so it works out.
Nah, we have
Yeah.
a great team.
Yeah,
we have a
good
great team. Shout out to the team.
Hey. We're gonna have to get a better goat.
Thank you, because it sounded
It sound a little-
struggle.
sound a little dry. You got-
That's not even a
Little
goat. That's a
janky.
sheep.
There's a sheep.
I knew
Yeah.
it. I was like, that sounds like a sheep.
Yeah, there ain't no goat.
Okay, a little.
Look, it's not a goat. Oh my God.
The sheep James. Look.
The lamb.
The
Lamb.
The Lum James.
lump James. Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Oh, you know what? By the way, people, this is the final episode for season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The final.
Hey.
And then, after this season, we're gonna start
Have a
having
recap.
some more residents, of course, and then try to get look more in the upper chain of management on
More vendors.
vendors and everybody else, so they
that's
can
really
all
dope.
get that perspective.
Also,
Looking
more
forward to it.
diversity.
More diversity.
More diversity.
More diversity. Because we want to hear from everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I
matter
agree.
if you white, black, pink, blue,
Purple, brown.
Purple Brown. Come on the podcast and
Yeah.
let your voice be heard, man. Because this is a platform for everyone.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
Love
so
it.
with that said, thank you guys so much for your support.
That's right. Appreciate you.
For two seasons, and more seasons to come. Thank you guys so much. Hey.
Maintenance Diaries, DeMarco.
Man, so this journey has been amazing thus far, and we'll continue to produce amazing content for you guys.
Yeah,
Continue to be a part of the movement
Yep.
because we're all in this together, man.
that's right.
I am yours truly, your boy, Michael.
I'm Fred.
And
We
that's
got
a wrap,
Let
Jack.
Go here.
Let go, James.
And then remember, without you, nothing moves.
Ooh,
Let's
Clues
go.
Bombs. Hey. Peace.
Peace.
Let's go.
Maintenance.